All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Kansas City Chiefs. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing on first is Wentz. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything.
And the pressure gets to him again. Chris Jones in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it. Putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field. Definitely
a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown.
Under pressure, they got him again. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the court?
They've got his man complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 43 yards.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 64 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Wentz now on first down. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. Butker now to kick this one away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving.
On the ball.
And they'll run it here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Check 50, check 50. Hey, stat. Hey, stat.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Eluding the... And he coughed it up!
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, yeah!
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reggie Ragland. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now they try the right side here. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Tight end right. Tight end right. 3 down. 3 down. Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Over the middle, complete. It's Campbell. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 1:57 to go in this first half. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. We're back to Arrowhead after this. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by the line of scrimmage.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Von Miller. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here we go. 180.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And going deep. He's got a man. Complete. A big play on 3rd down for the Chiefs. 47 yards.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down, and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around him.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On third down, it's McKinney, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And Butker able to put this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of the half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to let this one go deep. And this one is incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And fights through one man.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Let's go! 3-19!
On second down, here's Penny. Escapes the defender. Breaks the tackle. Now an alley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Blue 90! Watch it now, Barney!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. In for the score. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Line.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Flushed out right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Leopard. Black 99 Philly. Here we go. Gone. Detroit. Gone.
And that'll set him back 5. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
Now, check. Patriot. Watch it now, Barney. Detroit.
He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key 1st down.
Penny, a 1st down carry. And some room to roam now. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They keep it with Penny on first down. Open space inside the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Lefty.
Here's Wentz to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 32. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They set up the screen to Penny. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. We're back now in KC. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 3rd down, Penny. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with the running back. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now a handoff looking right. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The Tide Bulls tried it, went for it, but it didn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Here's a give to Penny. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, it's hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff to Penny. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and it's getting...
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for KC. 45 yards.
Great 15. Great 15.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that, Brock.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll go deep down the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Flush to his right. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Rashad Penny, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Reggie Ragland in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. Now Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now Wentz on third down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Wentz again. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. Now Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
They run for it with Hunt. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. On first down, Wentz. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 10. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Set. 3-19. 3-19.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Go!